So my name is Perea. This van is called 9, and I've been on the road for about a year. Had the van for about 2 years. It was kind of like a hobby project. Wasn't sure if I was going to use it for travel or just resell or something. Then COVID hit, and I said, I might as well travel. Nothing else to do. Welcome to the inside of Mr. 9. This is a very lounge, relaxed area, this van. So it's just a big couch where you can lie down, you can sit in the corner, read a book. It's got some platforms that you can raise, or you can put like snacks if you're lying on the couch. It's got a dining table in case that you're eating with a friend, watching a movie, or you're just like lounging. Snacks again, snacks are very important in life, essential. Never skip on the snacks. It's a simple system. Dining table is held in place just by an L bracket. These are compartments like cleaning utilities, gray water tank, most of the portable waters in here, and then just drawers. It's divided with 2 side cabinets which are exactly identical. This one's for dry goods, this one's for clothing and the bed sheets and things like that. This one's for documents, this one's for toiletries. So this is actually a twin mattress, full twin mattress. Like I said, we have these platforms. They go up on mechanical arms and they lock in place. And the mattress just goes down on them. You don't have to waste space with the structure of a Murphy bed. So I find it very convenient. All I do is I get the pillows, which are the couch, and they go on the big countertop, which actually acts as a bunk bed for me when I have a guest. My guests sleep in the twin bed. I sleep on the bunk bed. I'm just that kind. So this is just for cushioning, that's all. It's just a piece of mattress that's against the wall with a cover. And this is just where I like to like sit down, and this is one of my favorite spots to just read a book because I'm a book reader, I'm a bookworm. This is just, I hang my coats from hangers on the back or the actual structure. And that works as a closet for the biggest pieces of clothing that I have. And then I have a few tools and a ladder behind the coats that I use to reach the top of the van if I have to do anything. Yeah, so usually this is a little bit more full, but I've been eating, it's almost been 2 weeks and most of the food is gone. And yeah, it just holds things that I might want to have in reach, fruits, snacks. Don't forget the snacks. And that's it. The system is very simple. It works with these little hinges here, which keeps the doors open. And then the storage is pretty much simplified. I use little boxes and dry goods and stuff like that. Yes, the countertop is absurdly large, but it does double as a bunk bed space. And when it comes time to cooking, I actually have most of my cooking things in this big drawer down here. And I have a grill and a stove, and that's what I use to cook. And then over here, I'll do all my cutting and boards like that. So these would be the knives that I would use. And then I have like a small bamboo board because it's a van and things are small. And yeah, this is like Cricket utensils. I have some cleaning things. This my little mirror, magical mirror. And yeah, that's it. Yeah, so my name is Perea. I'm doing van life because it's fun. I get to travel constantly. I don't have to stop almost anywhere. I get to meet people across the entire country. Whenever I want to have a break, I just go back to New York. That's my home base, that's where I stay. And it's just been very liberating. I was being a flight attendant my last year before COVID hit. After I stopped doing my own businesses and after I stopped teaching, and I realized I had become profoundly addicted to wanderlust and seeing new places and having new experiences. And when COVID hit, I was like, okay, so what do? I happened to have this hobby project on the side. And I was like, this might be the right idea. And for any New Yorkers, I don't know if you remember, there was a point in which I personally thought they were going to close the bridges. I said, okay, I need to get out of town. I hopped on my van and I went across more than 19 states, all the way to Utah, Arizona, and Colorado, and it was an incredible experience. For me, van life means that you get to travel without a schedule. That's the real miracle of it. So I have 3 7-gallon compartment tanks, and one of the ways that they function is, protein is important. The way that they function is I translate from 1 gallon, 1 container to another by using a vacuum seal. So there's no water droppage. So I just go, I click in place, and they're part of the water system. They're easy to carry, and I have 3 of them. So that's 21 gallons of fresh water that are directly attached easily to my system. Then I have 3 emergency gallons of drinkable water over there, even though all of this is drinkable water. And then I have an additional 5 gallons of drinkable water that I usually keep behind my fridge. I use a marine pump, a filter, and an accumulator. And yeah, it all runs off my electrical system. Sprinkle, and that's pretty much it. This closes on pressure. And this also works actually as an outside shower. That's why it's located right next to the door. And the water is hot on demand because I have a heating system that keeps my water hot with a special container. So up to 3 gallons of water are permanently at whatever temperature you want them to be. And then it has an exchange duct plate, that allows for the water to be heated up as you're using it because of the heating system. I just bought like some cheap pieces of wood, and I attach them to the top, and all I have are LED strips running throughout the entire length on both sides of each piece of wood, and they're all daisy chained here. I created a wooden cabin, and they're all daisy chained inside the cabin, attached over here to a regulator that I can use to, make it darker or brighter. And all of this is run through a cavity at the back. So if you look at my closet, I have these panels, they're fake panels, and behind that I have all of my wiring. That runs all the way to a control panel from everywhere, making a big U, all the way here. And the control panel is probably the more makeshift item of the van because, I just took a piece of wood, I made some holes, and I put everything there. And now, that's how it works. Awesome. So the transition, I was building this build was extremely fast. It was almost a 10-day build with a few additional things that were done afterwards. So I had a transition between the main area, which was easy to design, because you have 2 sides that are everything's equal, but then you have this sliding door and the front, and I want something to transition into that without having to cut down the bench, because I really like the long bench. So I just created a small cubby hole that also acts as a connector for all of my cabling to go down the side into my electrical system, which is the Goal 3000. And these cubby holes allow me to organize. So here I'll have like cabling, USBs, like computer stuff. Here I have like batteries and like extension cables. Here I have like additional toiletries or things if I have guests over. And in the last cubby hole, which is kind of like hidden, I have like bungee ropes and trash bags. So my solar is 400 watts. And as long as it's sunny, I'm pretty much always at 100% by somewhere around like noon to 3 o'clock, depending on where I am. I'm also directly connected to the car. So if I drive any amount of time, it charges. So basically the battery is almost always about 50%. And the good thing is it's a lithium battery. So if you do have an emergency, you can run it down lower without issues. I don't know if I ever will go back to work, but if I do, I'm definitely building another van, and I'm definitely going on another adventure whenever I have weekends or free time, because I have traveled almost every way that you can travel, and surprisingly, this has been the most fun I've ever had. My current plan is 2 more years. I'm gonna finish doing an entire tour of the US, then I'm gonna be in New York, and after that, I'm gonna be doing Canada, followed by Alaska, depending on COVID regulations. I might just do Alaska before Canada because of that. Well, it's just an IKEA table. At this point, I had decorated the wall. I was like, okay, what do I do with this space? I don't know what to do with this space. I had my fridge on rails, my fridge freezer combo. It's very, very large. As I said, I can have up to like 12 days of fresh food in there. And then I have like 2 days where it's like a variety of dishes and things. Mm-hmm. And then I just got an IKEA table, which I put on there. I drilled 2 of the legs for stability to the ground floor. And yeah, this is my gaming laptop, and this is kind of like where I keep in touch with some of my friends in New York, like very, very close friends. They're almost like family, and absolutely love them. And so it's very important for me to keep that social element, because I have gone 45 days without human contact, literally, when I go out in the middle of nowhere. And this will help you keep your sanity, being in touch with people. Oh, insulation is probably the biggest part of this entire build. Heating system and insulation are what this build is about. This is a winter build. It's built to be at any temperature, winds, no snowstorms, whatever. It's got triple insulation. It's got a layer of foam covering all cavities. Then it's got a thin layer of like wooden cardboard material to kind of like help with the thermal break. Then it's got furring strips, which are where you attach things, in case that you don't know, in construction, that are acting as thermal breaks between the ribs and the actual inside. Between each pair of furring strips, and basically everywhere, you have hard, high R value foam. The one that's in construction for like heavy duty cold climate. Pressure pressed into spaces, so there are no air gaps, and then everything covered with Tetra 544, I think, something like that, metal tape, which you have to be very careful with its application. That was something that my friend Aaron told me. Thank you, Aaron. The heating system is done by Vantech. Props to Vantech. I wasn't sure at first, but it's absolutely worth every single dollar. Very good job, Vantech. Incredibly efficient. It's made of one layer of foam that completely covers the floor and 2 layers of wood. One of the layers of wood is carved, and you have PEX tubing through your entire floor. And then you have a glycol water mix, 60/40, that runs through everything, and it seeps the heat into the wood, and that turns into a very efficient system, because what's happening is you're heating up from the floor up. You're not getting any cold from the bottom, and all of this is running on diesel or gas, I suppose, like whatever is your energy source, with a small combustion chamber they have under the van, where the glycol water mix just runs through, and it just runs through your entire frame, and it's wonderful. So this is my fridge freezer combo, just so you see it. It's very large. It's on sliders, so when you're cooking, it's easily accessible, and it also doubles as my sitting area for when I'm on the computer. Works very well. The only other things left to mention about the van, I think, is, I have a small trash can, and then I have quite a bit of space here at the side of the desk where I keep like my shoes and some backpacks and things like that. Yeah, that's pretty much it. I think we're done. The entire bench is storage, so there's a ton of storage. I always keep 5 gallons of diesel inside the van just in case, and I keep replacement filters because my van is a diesel engine. It's a Ram Promaster 3500 extended high roof, so it's pretty much as big as they come. And it allows me to, if anything happens, if I need to make a change, I don't have to look for a mechanic, right? So you can teach yourself how to do gas filter, the fuel filter change, all of the air filter changes. Pretty much with a few tools, you can take care of your diesel engine almost exclusively yourself. And as long as you take care of it, it's gonna take care of you. Yeah, as for my Instagram, I do have an Instagram, Kensington Everland, all together. Kensington like Kensington Gardens, and Everland is playing with the last N of Kensington as Neverland, because when you're doing van life for more than 3 months, you start to feel a little bit like one of the Lost Boys. It's like you found this magical land of Neverland, and you get to play games every day in the forest, in the mountains, in the beaches, in tropical islands, which are connected by bridges. Let's be serious, you have to drive there. And yeah, I love it. I think it might be one of the best decisions I've done my entire life. If you ever wonder about doing van life, give it a try. And when I say a try, I don't mean do it for 1 week. It's not gonna work for you if you do it for 1 week. It really takes, in my opinion, about 1 month. And when you do that month, do it far away from humanity. Go into the wild and chase landscapes. You're gonna have the most incredible highs of dopamine you've had in your life. I don't think you're ever going to want any kind of other substance but the landscapes and nature. That's really how I feel.